I transmuted troubling thoughts, emotions, self-defeating belief systems, and even major psychological issues. Through the transmutation process, these issues transformed from being rigid and stuck energies in my system to flowing freely through and, in a sense, out of my system. The major issues I cleared from my system through the transmutation process are: firstly, perpetual anxiety, which was my constant life companion, and a disorganised attachment style, which created very troubling and short-lived intimate relationships. But I've since been in a stable relationship for years. I also cleared addictive tendencies when I consumed too much alcohol and recreational drugs. But I've been totally clean, with no alcohol or drug consumption whatsoever, for nearly 15 years. And moreover, I don't want to take any foreign substances. The idea of it is repulsive because of the intimate connection I now have with my body, which is a direct result of the transmutation process. So I'm living proof that the commonly established notion of once an addict, always an addict is not set in stone. I also cleared an inability to establish appropriate boundaries to protect myself from those who want to take advantage of me. This was the result of my boundaries being disrespected when I was a child and even well into adulthood. Nowadays, I'm conscious of when someone may not respect my boundaries and take protective steps. I also cleared a very strong tendency towards guilt, which affected so many areas of my life. It stemmed from my perpetual feelings of not being good enough, which were instilled into me since childhood. But nowadays, guilt is mostly a thing of the past. I make decisions that work for me, not others, whose needs I'd always put above my own and then explode in anger after the fact. And speaking of anger, I also cleared a very strong tendency towards anger, which was a big one and which stemmed from my feelings of disempowerment, from having my personal power denied, repressed, and trodden on. But nowadays, anger is mostly gone, and when it arises, it's processed consciously as opposed to unconsciously or lashing out. I want other people to try these totally doable techniques to see if they get the powerfully transformative results I did. I don't want people to take my word for how powerful they can be. I want people to know it from their own experience. So feel free to not believe a word I say, but just try what I did instead. These powerful but universally applicable techniques are derived from meditation and Eastern traditions. However, crucially, they can be easier to do, which may mean that results are more likely and faster coming. I certainly found them easier to do than meditation, which is why I suspect I saw results more quickly when I switched these techniques from meditation, which I was struggling with at the time. With genuine effort and application, these techniques can go very deep. Unfortunately, these techniques are not as well understood in our society as meditation and mindfulness are, which is a huge loss to us all that I intend to remedy.